disturbing thought that went through my head?
Please.
Okay. How many if you could take a guess, how many like blueberry stems do you think you've eaten in the course of your life?
Oh. I don't know. 10?
You think that's it?
Yeah.
No.
Not a big blueberry eater.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm not like eating them every day, but I put them in like yogurt and stuff, and so it was like I had them in yogurt yesterday.
Yeah.
And I like, you pour them all out. You think you catch them beforehand, you pour them all out, and then you're like, crap, I gotta get 2 or 3 little stems out. But I know I've seen them when I like am done with my cereal or something. I'll like see the little stem in there. I'm like, I wonder how many of these I missed. Like it's a twig.
Right.
How many twigs have I eaten?
Especially in yogurt. Like that sucker's going down easy.
And you never know because you're gonna put it with like the granola. It's gonna be crunchy. You're gonna get these little crunchy bits. You're not gonna know what's twig and what's
You haven't bought granola in months. That's the real twist. And you just been like crunching away.
It's just twigs.
It's just twigs.
Maybe that's a new flavor of granola. It's blueberry and twigs.
Like protein enhanced or something. There's got to be some benefit.
Right.
So we spray some protein on there.
Yeah. I gotta think like there's somebody has like run that statistic out there
of how many twigs we've eaten.
Yeah, because you get the people that are like, oh, how many spiders do you eat?
Do you buy the bug thing?
No. Like, how would you know?
How would you know?
The idea is it happens. There are bugs that crawl in your mouth while you sleep. Just be okay with it.
Sure.
I think it's good for us to know all these things happen. We don't know it. And we're fine. We've made it this far, having eaten so many bugs or blueberry twigs, and we're fine.
That's a statistic I heard, and I just was like, I don't know that we're resolved on that.
Well, of course not. But again, I think the point is, it's cool. You're gonna be fine.
It's fine. Eat bugs. Eat twigs.
They're not. Yeah. You
That's
made
some
it this
Bible
far.
stuff, actually. We're getting into some Bible stuff today.
Wrong podcast, folks.
Wrong segment, anyway. Right podcast. That's a good thought, though. I wondered, like, do you think people are eating the, oh my gosh, leaves on the top of a strawberry? You think you're just popping that all in?
No, you can't. That doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Unless you're a psychopath and that you like the leaves on the strawberry.
I've often seen a strawberry and thought, boy, this would be just a nice poppable treat. But I got these pesky leaves at the top.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, so you got to hold on.
Yeah.
Eat around it.
Yeah, and because if you get too much into the little white part.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm not afraid of the stem. I'm afraid of the white part.
Yeah. Yeah, and you should be. You should be. What are they hiding in that white part? Welcome to the podcast, everybody. That's Tim. I'm Anthony.
Hey.
We got some fun stuff to talk about here at the top. If you're a follower, we've been talking about it. Let's start here. Oh, excuse me.
Don't drop them.
Please stay decent in front of our friends. The Bible is Funny Card Game Volume 2 pew, 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 is available now for pre-order. Pre-order it. Get it. You get some free house rule suggestions. I'm really struggling with that. Some free house rule suggestions that you can enforce at your house. You have any house rules for games that you're like, this is the way we play it when you play with the Wyckoffs? This is the rule.
For this game?
For any game.
Just
Do you have any like things you really believe in for stuff?
I mean, you can't play any games at my house with clothes on. It's kind of
that's so funny.
Most everybody knows that by now.
Because that's like it's for so many activities at your house.
Yeah.
I didn't know it also applied to games.
Yeah, dinner.
You guys have fun. You guys have cool games. You always have like interesting, unique games. Like the Bible's Funny card game. House rules. They're fun. You can enforce them at your house. So you say, this is my house. So these are the rules we play by here. You have to do this. And I give you some free suggestions for how to be a real tyrant about your game nights if you pre-order the game. And also some action cards.
That term is funny, pre-ordering.
Pre-order.
Because they're ordering.
You are ordering.
Your pre-order is your setup like when you walk to your computer.
Yeah.
I am pre-ordering.
Pre-order. We're now pre-ordering, all of us.
Right. Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just order it.
Order it.
You're just not going to get it right away.
We've mentioned this a couple of times. It's a real thing. We do a run of these games, and then last time we did this, the first run sold out. So some people had to wait a while to get the game. If you pre-order which we have some questions on the term. But if you order right now, let's say, then you won't have to. You'll get the first run. You'll definitely get it when it comes out in July.
They ran out last time because you bought them all and you kept them for yourself.
Like a dragon. Let's sit on them and sleep. Second fun thing. Florida Torrida. We are going on the road, and by that we mean like not super far from our houses.
No.
Tampa and Florida. We have some live shows with our friends, Ninjas or Butterflies.
I think you meant to say Tampa and Orlando.
What did I say?
You said Tampa and Florida. Tampa is in Florida.
Tampa and Florida. Yeah. Tampa and Orlando. Thank you. October 9th and 16th. You can get tickets right now at floridatorrida.com. Check it out.
I hope that's a real website.
It's a real website. There's real tickets. And we can do this all together. All of us in the same room at the same time. Would that be fun?
That'd be fun.
I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. Be sure to check that out. Okay, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
To defeat. Dude, I can do that whole song. I sing that song every time.
I know.
Christian movies are funny is what we're here to do today. It's a little segment where Tim and I consume independently, separately, come together to discuss with you Christian movies. Today we are touching on the 1979 very subtle allegory Pilgrim's Progress.
You have 1970. I have 1978.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I trust you.
I want to make sure we watch the same
changing
film.
it in the notes. 1978 Pilgrim's Progress.
All right. Just want to make sure we're watching the same one. We've done this before.
We have done that before. And something like Pilgrim's Progress, there probably are a few. 1978 is the film. Tim, what else do we need to know? I trust you. I believe it was 1978 because you are the detail person in this segment. What else do we need to know about this film?
And I know most of this stuff just off the top of my head. That's how
IMDb.
I'm a savant.
Yeah.
So there's multiple versions. There was an animated version in 2019 that looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then there's another one in 2008 that was made, at least by the same title. So I assume it's the same story because, go ahead.
Pause if I can. I just like to catch people up. Pilgrim's Progress. If you didn't grow up in a Christian school or youth group or children's church, Sunday school stuff, Pilgrim's Progress is like a Christian allegory. Very famous.
And what is an allegory? It's a heavenly story with an earthly meaning.
There we go.
Something like that.
I think it's parable, but same. Allegory for Christianity. It's like. Here's the way I could explain it to you. If you're at all familiar with Chronicles of Narnia, it's sort of like that if you took out like all the subtlety and like really creative, imaginative storytelling. Then you'd have Pilgrim's Progress.
Be fair, this was an allegory written in like 1678 or something. So
they hadn't discovered lions yet.
Right. So this creativity wasn't really necessary. There wasn't a whole lot else going on.
So anyway, that is the thing. A lot of people, my son actually, oddly enough, reading it right now in his school. So that was timely. I didn't even think about that. But so that's Pilgrim's Progress. Some of you probably were like, oh yeah, I read that in 5th grade. Others of you have no idea what we're talking about. Now you're caught up.
Which is funny because I had no idea what this was.
Oh, you've never read the book?
Yeah, I know. And then I said something to my wife like, you won't believe this. And she said, yeah, I know all about it.
Yeah, it's out there. And it's actually like a tailor-made for Tim book because it's like very short, very to the point.
Pictures?
There's some of my pictures, I'm sure.
Sold.
All right, sorry, back to business.
The total runtime on this film is 1 hour and 5 minutes. So that's good to know. Filmed in Northern Ireland. It was written and directed by Ken Anderson. And what's fun is that IMDb gives credits to John Bunyan. However, John Bunyan is the one who wrote the allegory to begin with in the 17th century. So he wrote it before electricity was even invented. Yep. And I think he wrote it while he was in prison or something. That's what I heard.
Okay.
He did it while he was in prison for violating stuff from. It's like a Protestant work. He was violating the codes of the Church of England, and he got thrown in jail.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So that's what we got today. This is important.
I know. I already want to retract. I feel like I came in so hot with comparing it to Chronicles of Narnia. I just feel like it's just a lot more pared down. I came in.
Oh yeah.
I'm apologizing. That was too hot. There's Pilgrim's Progress in its original. It's written in the 1600s. It's a legit thing. And I kind of made it sound like it wasn't. And I'm already regretting it.
I know. We all have judged you already.
I'm already regretting it. It's a fine piece of work on its own. It's fine.
Before all the hate mail comes in.
Before I came in too hot. I knew it when I said it. When the words escaped my mouth. Pilgrim's Progress, fine thing.
Can I get on with this?
Ken Anderson, also a quarterback for the Bengals, if I remember correctly.
No. All right, moving on. This film stars, and I mean stars, the great Liam Neeson as Evangelist. This is a fun fact. This is his first film.
No way.
This is his first ever film in 1978. Yeah, because when you go on his IMDb page, you got to keep scrolling.
Oh my god!
You scroll and you scroll and you scroll and you fall asleep and then you scroll and then you get to the bottom of the page and here you will find Pilgrim's Progress as his first film. That's really fun.
Do you wonder? So he's Irish.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if he like was just around. These was like his friend group, and then that's how it like. Now I want to know if this is how he got into acting. They were like, Liam, will you come shoot with us too?
I know. Let's ask him.
Let's get him on the pod.
Surprise. No.
Liam Sheepson.
Film also stars Peter Thomas as Pilgrim, Maurice O'Callaghan as worldly wise man / devil character. Stars Ronnie Irvine as Pliable and George Beverly Shea as the narrator.
George Beverly.
And there's really only like 5 people that play any roles in this. They just kind of keep playing the same roles over and over. At one point, Liam Neeson is Jesus. So I don't want to give it away, but...
Spoiler alert.
Kind of cool.
Beverly, such a strong dude's middle name. I like rolling in with that. Yeah. Well, that's great. Good notes, Tim.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's really, it was Liam Neeson's first movie is why, and he looks like that's Liam Neeson.
So he's like 25, probably 24 when it was filmed or something, but released in 1978. He would have been around 24, 25, and he looks like he's 11.
Just a young buck,
just a little kiddo.
Yeah, you could tell. Okay, well, so that's all the setup. This movie is available for free to watch on Tubi. Link is in the show notes if you want to check it out. It's about an hour and 5 minutes long. Nice little watch. You can go watch it now if you would like to watch it for yourself with no spoilers and then come back and join the conversation. If you want to just keep rocking with us, just stay here for a moment while we let our friends that want to go watch the movie slip out the back. Thank you so much. Welcome back. If you watched the film, thank you for holding if you stuck with us. Here's my spiel. Any critiques or criticism we give during this podcast is not aimed at the creators of this film, the makers, the writers, the actors. No. This is good work you do to make stuff. Like it's you set out, you did it. It's no indication you as a person and how you lived your life, all those different things. The movie you made, we did consume and we are going to discuss. So that's what this is about. This is about that movie. This isn't about that other stuff. Okay, those are. I'm sure everybody involved was wonderful and great. I have no reason not to think that. So here we go. This is the synopsis I'm going to give, and from here on out there will be spoilers to the film.
Okay.
Book came out in the 1600s.
Do you want to hear the detailed synopsis from IMDb?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it kind of gives away the whole story. Journey with Pilgrim, as John Bunyan's famous allegory leaps from its pages to a movie. That's it.
Bingo. Okay.
That's it.
I like that. Can I say that I like that?
It's basically a C Cliff's Notes.
Yes.
Go somewhere else if you haven't heard about it by now.
Right. Like, anytime these other ones are like, we made a movie about the Book of Ruth, and they're like, writer D'Angelo Diapolis.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
Unpacks
That's not a synopsis.
No.
That's
this
just
is about
fluff.
The Bible Book of Ruth.
This is a pretty strong flex, I think.
I like this.
Like, you're gonna
check it out.
Just
more movies should do it. You're releasing the movie Wicked. Description should be C Broadway show. :
Yeah.
This is movie.
If you don't know by now, I'm not gonna tell
Broadway
you.
show. All right, here we go. Synopsis. With nothing but an overwhelming burden on his back and the loud, spooky chanting of his book in his ears, Pilgrim sets out on the adventure of a lifetime. After leaving everyone he knows behind and ditching the dead weight of his wife and kids, he thinks he'll be taking this trip solo. But alas, he is anything but alone. Pilgrim first meets Liam Neeson, a friendly helper who ironically looks far more like a pilgrim, and gives him a magic key before pointing him in the direction of the celestial city he seeks. Later, he meets a man with a very particular set of skills. Interpreter, who helps Pilgrim make sense of the scary book that's been yelling at him while he hikes. Finally, he meets the man his book has been writing about, Liam Neeson. who releases him from his burden. It's not all friendly encounters, unfortunately, as Pilgrim must avoid the dangerous attacks of his enemy, Apollyon, who uses a lot of quick costume changes and a few flaming arrows of death to try to distract Pilgrim. Pilgrim's name changes to Christian, he watches his friend Faithful get burned alive, and he avoids the tempting vegetables of Vanity Fair to arrive, finally, safely, at the Celestial City, proving once and for all that without that wife and those kids holding him down, there's nothing he can't do.
That was good. That was better. It was better than what we got from IMDb.
Right. Which is just roughly that's the story of Pilgrim's Progress. If you haven't read it, I think I got all the major details. Everyone's up to speed. Tim, let's discuss. What was something that was shocking to you about this movie? Truly the most shocking thing to me was when I was reminded at the very beginning during the opening credits just how long these opening credits used to be. Yeah.
And you can save yourself, if you haven't done it already, save yourself 2 minutes by just fast forwarding them. And that was a slow, shocking, like, are we not done with this yet?
No. They credited everybody.
Also, it's an hour long. How many things do you think there are to give people credit for?
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long in like a Hollywood film now that has like $1 billion budget.
No, they just like rip through them at the end.
Just zip through it.
Yeah. No, back in the day, man, they were really giving people their flowers at the beginning with this like orchestra score. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Something that was shocking to me was the way that the magic key functioned. And this was my read on the situation. So he's given a key that this is like the key of truth or something. It unlocks every door is like their shtick. Mm-hmm. And then they're in a jail cell in the castle of doubt, I believe. And he's like, oh wait, we have the key. And he like gets the key out and you're like, oh, okay, they're gonna unlock the door. And he goes to the door and he just holds it. And then the door opens. And my read was that the script said Pilgrim opens the door with the key, but no one on set had opened a door with a key before. So they were just like, well, how would you... So they just started holding it.
Well, they probably made the key and then realized like, we can't even fit it in the prop. It's a prop key that we can't fit it in anything. So just, I don't know, wave it in front like you would I don't know. This is the precursor to like the tap and pay features on your phone. So
for the rest of that sequence, every door they approach, they just sort of wave the key. And you're like, no, the key actually has a function in opening a door. It has a role.
Right. Like if it doesn't need to actually open it, why did you even make it shaped like a key?
Right.
Make it shaped like something more convenient that'll just fit in your pocket easier. Like a credit card.
To have a key that didn't go into keyholes, but yet still open doors. That was shocking to me. Because I was like, oh, that you just don't expect it.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of wild stuff in this film, if you can't tell.
Have key, approach a door, wait. It's just that's what it got me.
Yeah.
So I'm waving it. Mm-hmm. I thought, okay, there you go. Character that you wanted to see less of.
My character to see less of was the prosthetic facial hair add-ons in all of these characters at random times. Facial hair, eyebrows, like this weird, like Asian mustaches, like Mongolian kind of mustache on the devil at times.
Yeah, long,
like these just
gross.
Weird, real patchy. It looked like one of my nephews trying to like pretend like he was an adult in an acting class or something. Like just
buy rated R tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real fake and real gross.
Yeah.
It was off-putting.
Completely received that. Character I wanted to see less of was just the spooky Bible chanting. I don't know why this choice was made. The movie starts, again, we're talking about like the start of the movie, and after you get through the 3.5 minutes of rolling credits of everybody who was in charge of makeup and everything, then you get to a man sludging through the forest, and the words wages, death, wages, death.
See, I put that as my favorite character. Death. I liked that part of the film because because it was like adding a different element. There was like actually a little bit spooky. There was something creepy about what's going on. The wages of sin is death. Is death. Is death. Is death. The wages are death. Dages are what? What are dages?
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense there. But that
No,
like that was
though.
fun. That was fun.
I mean,
I liked it.
I'll say that it was like certainly in a film of a lot of similar tasting spices. That was a different thing.
Yeah.
I definitely give it that. It just was a little like. I guess why I put it as I want to see less of is like I think you're trying to frame this as like the book is a good character, and that was not what I was getting. I was getting spooky, like witch book. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
like
that's what I liked about it.
Book of magic spells. Would chant at you.
That's what I liked about it.
While you walked.
You want Lion Witch in the wardrobe.
I kind of do.
But then you're like, don't give me any chanting spells. Like, what the?
Well, that make the book maybe more magical. Although the devil couldn't burn it.
This was 1978.
You're changing me on this. Maybe I did love the book chanting.
I'm just saying, 1978 was something different. You can't go too crazy because we've seen other films from the era.
Yeah.
Where, so we get a glimpse of what it was like back then, knowing that like rock music was going to take you to hell.
Right.
According to some of the films we've watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, they like get a little bit of witchcrafty chanting, but you can't go too far.
Hell, but it would put you on the highway to hell, at least.
Yeah.
Point you in that direction. Yeah. I think you're really changing me on this. That was my initial first thought was like, I don't know about the chanty book, and now I'm like, I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, I was like,
I'm even saying the more I talk this out, I'm like, it is kind of cool. Yeah, make the Bible kind of magical. Yeah. I like that. It should be that way. It's a powerful book and funny.
Oh boy, what a segue.
Character you wanted to see more of?
That's right. That was my favorite.
Oh, I jumped. Yeah. Mine was Scary Fire Guy. A very early interaction and not long. They're walking and they're like, "Oh, I'm thirsty. I wonder if this cottage has some water." And it's a iron worker, maybe blacksmith of some kind, and he's got like melted hot metal in his thing, and he's just like, like immediately they're like, "Excuse me, sir, may we have some water?" And he just like turns.
What was the devil?
Was that the right kid? Was that the same character?
Yeah, same dude.
I was so lost in his performance. Yeah. He disappeared into those characters. Mm-hmm. Well, that was like the devil was typically like sneaky, and that was a very direct one. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know what that metal worker's making in there, but there was no setup. There was no everything else they led you to there. Like you could kind of see worldly wisdom cottage, and that's where we're going here. This one, I didn't log what the name of the thing was. It didn't jump at me that oh, they're entering the village of worldly pleasure. There was no that.
Yeah.
You just turned a corner, walked into a cottage, you almost got killed by an iron worker.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know what was going on in that. What was the guy making?
And he didn't have any speaking parts.
Didn't even say a word.
I did have an honorable mention that I want to say as a character to see more of.
Yeah, please.
I liked these the little extra characters that were. It was kind of all of them. These kind of dopey, ho hum kind of add-on characters that went on the journey with Pilgrim, like pliable, and honorable, and faithful, and excusable and venerable or whatever, but they're just really really fun and dopey.
It's forgettable.
Like the one line where when they get snared by the when the spider web thing kind of comes down on them, and what's his name, Pilgrim goes, "Did I not quote from the book saying, 'Let us beware of the snare of the fowler'?" And then whoever the guy was goes, "You did." And I love that kind of, you did. But that was all of these guys were very, pliable.
That sequence will probably definitely get posted to social because I was obsessed with it. They're just walking in a forest and he says, "The book says, beware of the snare of the fowler." Falls down.
Didn't I say... Beware of the snare of the fowler. You did.
It was very Pooh and Eeyore kind of.
Right.
We must remember to pack the snacks. Did you pack the snacks? No.
I didn't pack the snacks.
No bother. I appreciate. I'd take that. Yeah, I thought all the side characters were fun. It was. I don't know how to like articulate this because it's maybe hypocritical. It's like Faithful in particular, the character. I was like, this is not an actor. This is not someone who's acted. You're not an actor. And for me, you going out there, by the way, you don't know you're next to Liam Neeson.
Right.
You don't know you're next to arguably the most important movie star of the next 20, 30 years.
Right.
You have no clue. You're like, my buddies in Ireland are making a movie. They need somebody to be in it. I'll be in it. I'll go. And so, like, there was something... I think when some movies do that with, like, a motive that feels icky, I don't like it. But when it's like this, I was like, I like it. Mm-hmm. You're so not really probably like a lifelong actor. It just so happens you're next to a very good actor.
But you don't even know it yet.
You don't know it yet. Nobody did. I love that note. Yeah, it was faithful, hopeful,
bashful,
pliable,
dopey,
sneezy. Character that reminded you of me, Tim.
I don't want this to come out the wrong way.
No,
but
this is usually really complimentary to me. So I receive it with open arms.
It's it was pliable.
Oh, good.
For some reason, just the way he kind of, when he goofs around, he shuffles about.
Yeah.
And I felt like, and here's kind of why. Because I felt like I got these little, like, old man Jimmy Stewart kind of vibes from here.
Oh,
and
okay.
we all know how much you remind us of Jimmy Stewart.
Love some Jimmy Stewart.
Because of that impression you do.
Spot on impression I do.
And he goes, the one line Pliable has of, like, I don't like being scoffed at, Pilgrim. It's like, that got me.
The side characters had some really strong one-liners in this. Okay, that I received that. The character that reminded me of you was Liam Neeson. Couple of reasons. One was in spite of the changing costumes of Liam, he just looked great all the time. And I was like, this is a Tim thing. Like, you just are like, we're going to do something stupid and put you in this stupid costume. And I get myself all ready and I'm like, yeah, this is so dumb. And then I look at Tim and it's like, why? Why does it look like you're like a stage performer in Cirque du Soleil or something? Like, every time it's like, no, this looks like this costume was made for Tim and he's supposed to wear this.
Shucks.
So that was point number one. And then point number two, when Pilgrim's on the hill of morality and he's like clearly struggling and he's like fumbling around and so one time Liam Neeson shows up and helps. That character's name, you're not gonna guess. Help. Then another time, I think he was the evangelist in this particular instance. He shows back up on the hill and Pilgrim's kind of fumbling around and he just shows up and goes, Pilgrim, what are you doing here? That's his like first line. And I was like, that feels like a Tim way to help. Is he there? Yes. Is he gonna get you out of it? Yes. Are you gonna like hear about the choices that led to this? Yeah. You're not like off the hook at this point. You shouldn't have been here is what you're gonna learn.
Teach a man to fish, you know.
But you're gonna show up and help him to not fumble up the hill.
Probably.
Give me a low point, Tim.
To me, I was just kind of put off. There wasn't a whole lot of low points to be like truly
not a lot of
low.
variance.
Yeah, no. But the devil's great, like the dramatic disappearance by the devil character. Kind of the way it was clearly this drama guy for, you know, you all know the drama kids in high school, but like like the vampire exit and entrance, it was a little much for me. And it happened a lot. And we're using cool camera tricks, like he just disappears out of nowhere, which is fine. Again, it's not like a low point, but I got to pick something.
No, I agree with you. And it was like the other thing that was kind of tricky was they would like turn and zoom on a random piece of nature.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then he would appear. Mm-hmm. But then other times they would turn and zoom on a random piece of nature, and then they would just cut away.
Right.
To the next scene.
Right. There was one where like the camera then adjusted, and you're like, oh, you left this in the film by accident.
For sure. I think that's very fair. Like 100%. And I thought his movement with the cape was actually like a little exaggerated slow. Like what I heard the director say was like, so we're going to cut, so just kind of like put it over and we'll cut that you've disappeared. And they definitely didn't cut fast enough. So instead you saw him go like... Cut. Like, no. Just the motion. Just on the motion. But these are things we learned post-1978. Mm-hmm. Like, someone had to make this movie so that stinking Michael Bay could watch it and go like, I think you should have cut faster. Low point for me, the Celestial City was a drawing every time.
Right.
This is not a particularly good drawing.
Not an actual city.
Kind of a real rough outline of... So I believe the first time we see it, Pilgrim comes upon shepherds that have the longest telescope of all time.
It's like the Ricola, the horn that you blow into. It just keeps going.
That's exactly what it is. It was forever. And they're like, look, you can see the Celestial City. And so he puts it up, and...
It's like the world's only 3-person telescope. Get up there. Can you hold up the front?
This is how they do the line from home to first base, is this telescope. So he looks out, and then he's like, look. And he puts it up to his eye, and then it's a drawing. It's just...
Straight up.
Guys,
sketch.
Like, there are paintings.
Not yet. It's not even a painting.
Colored paintings.
It is a sketch.
This is a drawn skyline of a city. Mm-hmm. And then Pilgrim goes, wow, look, hopeful, the Celestial City. And then at the end, it's like they made it all the way. And they cut back. They were like, it's so good. Let's go back to it for the grand finale. It's a drawing of a city. That was my low point. Again, not a lot of low points. Oh, also there was a broom metaphor that was pretty tough. It was like the broom sweeping up our sins, maybe.
Right.
And they just, what stressed me out, why I call it a low point, was the strategy of the broom. And I don't know if anyone out there is like me, but there's just like a way you do some of this stuff. So when you sweep, you're putting it all in your pile. And this sucker was like pushing it in the pile, pushing it out of the pile.
There's hair on top of the pile. It's like dust, just like a thick cloud of cotton dust.
It's like, no.
And it was going down in the crack of the floor. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You're never going to sweep that floor up.
No, and they didn't. All they did was pan to another spot, and they were like, look, white as snow. Oh, you mean the wooden floor with the stains on it? And our sins are washed away.
It was almost like the camera person had to film and sweep, if I can paint a picture for you. Like, imagine how you would kind of not be doing it great because you're trying to do both.
Yeah.
And it's like a very weird broom.
That's a good thing.
So that was another low point for me. High point, Tim.
High point for me, very easily, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, period. But favorite part of Liam was his grand entrance to begin with. Like, he just appears... And it's just like, da-da! This was the moment in the Broadway show where the star comes out and everybody's like...
This is what we're here to say!
That was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what I came here for.
Yeah. Liam Neeson, all caps. The work... I don't know what we do for people that do great work for Christianity, but when you talk about the iconic voice of Aslan in Chronicles of Narnia...
Yeah, that's right.
And he is this in... Like... When do we give Liam Neeson his Christian flowers to say, like, I mean, he's doing the heavy lifting. It's all Kirk Cameron this and Kirk Cameron that.
Right.
And mad respect. And Kirk Cameron, big...
Carmen,
big fans of the pod. Well, not Carmen.
Too soon.
But Kirk. But Liam, got to be on the Mount Rushmore of Christian film adaptation with his contributions. That's what I say.
I'm here for it.
Liam was great. I love that this is his first movie. I didn't know that, and I'm really, really love that. Okay. Raised hand emojis out of 5, Tim.
Listen, this is an easy 3. If you're watching it for for my fun purposes, if I'm gonna watch something for fun, there's no cringe level. You've got a bunch of history with it. You're seeing Liam Neeson when he was a kid.
Yeah.
There's lots of little quirky 70s stuff woven in here. So if you kind of do this with your friends, if you watch these crappy movies with their friends, go watch it. This is fun. There's nothing you couldn't share with someone else.
I literally couldn't agree more. I have it in the 4 or 5 level. I hate that. I always do that. I'm going to say 4. I'm going to land on 4 because I'm bad at giving a definitive rating. But yeah, it's just a blast. I love, followers of the pod will know, big fan of duration. And if you're coming in hot at 1 hour, I'm a grateful guy.
Right.
This is like this is not an Oscar-winning movie, but it's all the fun, charming, not great acting that you want. It's none of the cringe, like you said.
No cringe. Short movie.
Short.
Give me a celebrity. I'm in.
I also kind of love. There is something. Now I'm just making up for my earlier comments, but there is something to Pilgrim's Progress original author being like, I'm gonna make this like straight up. This character's name is Wisdom.
Yeah.
This character's name is Deceit, or what? You know what I mean? It's like you're not missing this. And some, I would suggest, some movies I've seen have gotten so far the other way that I'm a decent watcher of movies, and I gotta Google afterward to go, what happened? What does that mean?
And some go out of their way to make it seem like it's not right on the nose, but really it's so on the nose that you're like, your creativity here was to like change the name of the Valley of the Shadow of Death.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do that here. He literally calls it the Valley of the Shadow of Death or whatever. So like you get it. You have this visual journey that you can see and you can feel when you're talking about, because that's what allegory is. It paints this other picture. This picture of a story of another concept.
Yeah, and they're just straight on. This is great. This is a great find.
I probably could have rated it higher. I felt like Pilgrim was like they just found Pilgrim. Like, if he did some more funny things or quirky things or something, I would have... This is like the main character. This is the main dude.
Yeah, very...
And he was just kind of... He reminded me of like a high school kid actor that'd be like, oh, Mom, I gotta clean my room again. Okay. And then he does it. He doesn't argue. He doesn't really argue. He's mad, but then he does it.
Yeah.
Doesn't fight back. And he's not like a really nice... He's that
He wasn't really any
just
of it.
Nothing there to him.
No.
I wanted a little more something out of him.
But how much of that is you're acting next to Liam Neeson, who's giving so much in every scene? Literally played Jesus on the cross. Died on a hill.
Died.
Other things that I do need to mention before we go any further, I'm just trying to look through. They get to a place called Vanity Fair, which is full. I alluded to this, and I just think it needs its own moment. It's Vanity Fair, which is like, again, on the nose, right? It's all jewels and clothing, and then that's what was there. Prostitution. They were sneaking into like a little sexy area, and then there was one of vegetables, and I did have a moment I mentioned at the top that I was like, among those other things. I mean, if you did partake in the vegetables, I think that'd be fine. I think we have Bible stories where like they eat the vegetables, and that's actually the good choice in the moment. So that struck me.
I did like the little fisheye lens. The
I
use
wrote
of
that
fisheye
down.
lens, yeah.
Dude, I love when you
and it was timed right. It was like kind of like a trippy, like almost like a drug sequence, but they used fisheye. And didn't even think they knew what those were back then.
I love these little discoveries. I wrote that down. When you go like, it's a, this is what it made me think of. It's a kid's song. Just pick a kid's song, right? Like, what's wrong with that? Yeah, sing it slower. You're like, oh my gosh, that's so menacing and scary. And then you have something like this where you're like, just get a bunch of people laughing. Like, what's scary about that? Do it in a fisheye lens. Why is it scary, all of it? Now it's all like, now I'm very disoriented. People laugh through a fisheye lens.
There's another moment that I liked.
Well, give it to me. That's what the end is for.
I don't know if you picked up when he was being pulled out of the mire. I just saw like Ronald McDonald arms pulling him out.
100%.
The striped shirt.
They're red and yellow.
Yeah.
That was a costume choice.
Almost a high point for me.
That was a costume choice.
Not quite.
For sure. Any other notes? I'm trying to look. Book. The interactions with the book were funny. The Bible got smaller at one point in the film. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, we have the pocket-sized Bible now, and now they're all just on an app on your phone. He gets smaller and smaller every day.
Toting the Bible, and then he got saved, and it went. And I just thought,
well, it lightened the burden that he was having to carry.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't know we were counting the Bible among the burdens.
Yeah, well, it's heavy.
The Bible was a great character too. Like Apollyon tries to burn it, tries to throw it in the fire, and it reappears.
Can't do it.
Then at the end, he tries to like do something to it.
Right, he's trying to like grab it or something.
I think this is a good movie.
Very watchable.
I enjoyed this. All right, anything? Last chance?
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Oh man, this was great, Liam. Thank you for your service, Liam. I want to say that from all of us, first of all, and then second of all, watch the movie. Tell us what you think. Tell us what movie we need to do next here on Christian Movies Are Funny. We're always taking your suggestions. We love your suggestions, and
let's not go that far.
I love them. Bible is Funny Card Game Volume 2. Link is in the notes. Florida Torta, guys. Seriously, this is going to be very fun. And it's 2 shows right now, Orlando and Tampa. Check it out. Links in the show notes. Thank you so much. Follow along at The Bible is Funny. That's where you send stuff. And we love you. And we'll see you soon. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
See you later.
All right. Bye now.
Okay, bye.
The Bible is for